always been passionate about love, like loving one another, the idea of just being kind to people. And then I was inspired by the biblical perspective of what love is. And I just thought about how awesome it would be if we lived out love the way the Bible teaches and the way it was demonstrated for us. When I think about my experience in trying to love, I hit a lot of roadblocks because I was trying to do things with good intentions, and some took it differently, and I would find myself angry about it. I just felt like, what's the point of trying to love people? In 2012, I just had this moment where I decided I have to choose to love no matter what. Some people, because of their insecurities or their own hurt, might see it a certain way, but it doesn't mean that there isn't fruit in loving or that love isn't the better option. Then I just was inspired to inspire other people who, like me, really desire to live free from anger, desire to do the active work of love, and I just wanted to build a culture of love. Many people have their own ideas about what love means, and love looks different for everybody. But I think there is a general description of love as presented in the Bible. And so the love and love culture is not about good feelings. It's not about just feeling good about somebody, but it's about an active choice to commit to love. It's about working out patience. It's about choosing to forgive. It's about choosing to be kind, giving grace to people. It's about trying to demonstrate the kind of love that God showed us through His Son Jesus. It's about thinking about the widow. It's about considering others higher than ourselves. And that's a lot of work, and it doesn't feel good to think of others more than yourself, even though we should still consider ourselves. But that's what the Bible teaches. And when we think about a lot of the conflict we have at a personal level, all the way up to a national level, all of it is because of our self-centeredness or our selfishness. And a lot of conflicts could be resolved if we just leaned into love and chose to be patient and listen and make room for other people. There is a power, I believe, in the kind of love that the Bible teaches. Is a time for love, and I just think right now especially we need to remember to extend love to one another. In our everyday, day-to-day living, sometimes we clash and we crash, and I just think, when we think about everything that's going on with race relations, with international relations, that we really need to remember to love one another. We could heal a lot better if we extended love to our fellow brothers and sisters. They don't have to look like us, but we recognize their humanity, and we can extend compassion and empathy towards one another. I think love is a position of the heart. I think when we are just tolerating people, we're just putting up with them, but we don't see them through God's eyes. Therefore, we can't really extend patience and grace. I don't think there's much grace in tolerance. With love, there is grace. That means that there's room for you to be wrong, for them to be wrong. It's okay because none of us is perfect. There is patience, as in realizing that we're all trying to figure life out and trying to figure ourselves out, and there's no judgment, just allowing someone to be who they are, but being able to tell them the truth when it's clear. Love culture is not just about t-shirts. Love culture is a social enterprise, and so we have three focuses. One is the word. So we use poetry or spoken word to promote love, to encourage each other to love one another. And then we have our blog. The second one is the wear. It's basically the t-shirts with the messages on them. Then lastly, work. And work is the active demonstration of love. 20% of the proceeds of all sales go to organizations, nonprofit organizations that are helping to take care of orphaned children or foster care kids. And so I've partnered with Projecting Hope, or Child's Hope International, or Nevertheless, to serve young people who have experienced abandonment, because I want them to know that there are people out there who love them, who care, and more than just words, but can provide for their needs. And oh, what a wonderful world this would be if we all just followed the truth, the life, that is the way of the Christ, committed and submitted, devoted wholly to the Father's matters, because the heart of the matter is the hearts of men. So with a Christ-like mind, I fight one common enemy. Check my conversation so I don't give in to the temptation of schisms. Exercise forgiveness so we're not sitting in the same prison. When I consider his sacrifice, I realize he didn't just die for me, but for us. So when I see my sister grieving, even if she doesn't look like me, I can weep for her. Knowing the power of my words, I will bless people and not curse. I'll spit life in a dry land and reflect my Father in the absence of light. Unlike the father of lies, I will speak truthfully and with love. And when I don't know what to say, I'll simply pray and trust the judge whose blood covers both the shallow and deepest parts. After all, he is the only one who truly knows hearts.
We need you, Lord, we need you. Help us to love like you, selfless, patient, always speaking the truth. Help us to love like